And we are back at the North American Star League. I am exhausted, and we're only halfway through our day. Sheth, are you on the line?
I am. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Sean. How are you?
Hi.
Pretty good. Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. That was some really impeccable gameplay. Congratulations on some excellent games against one of the best TVZ players on the planet.
Oh, thank you very much, Ben.
Well, you're very welcome, Sean.
Actually,
I do want to ask you.
I don't know if I'm talking to Roddy this interview.
No, man, I'm just an observer. That's my job. I'm surprised they even put my microphone on today. Most of the time they mute it.
I just want to ask you a couple questions about the games. We'll start off with the first game. You put yourself in a pretty good position there, and then the game slipped away from you. So what happened on Antigua? Where did you go wrong?
I think I got confidence. I was like, oh, I have the middle. I'm holding fine. I can hold there for like forever and be cost efficient. And then I just didn't think like, okay, well, I'm having that one base in the top left. It won't completely ruin me. And then it completely ruined me. I don't know what to say past that.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the conclusion we came to. That we were like, Sheth, you can't let him have that base. He has 15,000 mules.
I know. Mules, man. They're good.
How are you feeling about the new queen? You used it pretty effectively there on Tal'Darim Malser, and we saw you utilizing her in all your games today.
I think it's good. I think if you look at it, it definitely can give Zerg players an advantage early game if the Terran doesn't know like the right build to do. Like a lot of Terrans are still doing like a Hellion first, but like if you watch Polt, most of the games he went like Command Center first or some variation of that. I don't think he did the Hellion build at all. So like as long as you do that build, I think it's pretty even. And I mean, still late game is really difficult. And I think ZVT is one of the most balanced matchups where I think they could change the queen to give it like 7 range, change like, I don't know, they could change something early about the Terran, like Hellion range to 7-2, I guess. And I don't think it would change too much of the late game stuff.
You're suggesting 7 range Hellions.
Well, with 7 range
Sean.
queens, though. So it would even out.
I'm about to hang up on you, man.
I don't know, something. I think the late game is the important part, and the better player with more micro can win. I think if Polt had been on like no lag, I think he would have beaten me probably all 3 games. So definitely giving him like the better player reward, but I managed to win. So.
Well, let's talk about Belshir Beach because that was the most sick game that comes to my mind in all of my recent memory. It was like 40 minutes, and it was about as back and forth as the game can get. So where should we even start?
Just share your mind. Tell us your side of the story.
Okay, well, it all started. We were in chat, and I told Ben that I was mad at RotterDam because he said Morrow was a better coach than me, and he was being negative. So I started it out in a rage. I was like, thanks, RotterDam. You gave me a way to focus my energy. I focused it on beating Polt. And I managed to see the whole Hellion early game. I went Roaches. Polt still just micros Hellions amazingly well, and he just like takes 20 Hellions around and just attacks your 20 Roaches, and it's still like a close fight because I don't know, Hellions are good still. With 7 range, Ben, okay, it might be a little bit
7 range Hellions in that game and you would not have won. I promise you.
Okay, I agree.
I hate to be critical of a player like you, Sheth, because you're so much better than I could ever hope to be. But I still feel like you miss windows in the game when you could maybe attack and just win. Sometimes it looks like, I mean, when you've got a Baneling Nest, maybe you could bust and win. Or sometimes when he's out of position, maybe you could counter and win. What is it in your mind that makes you play maybe a little bit more passive than, say, we saw Morrow play in his series?
Morrow probably plays more games than me at the moment and knows like that's a better timing to attack. I'm actually going to work on mass gaming for the next 2 weeks, but I've kind of been playing like good games but less games. And so in those sort of situations where you have good macro and good late game, you want to take it to late game. You don't necessarily want to end it, even if you could, because you're not really comfortable with it and you don't know for sure if it works. But if you mass game, you get to know those timings and like, oh, he's out of position, I can just kill him. You get to know those better, and I think Morrow has probably played more than me lately, and he knows that much better.
Okay. And of course, the conclusion of Belshir was freaking epic. That final fight up in the top right-hand corner where it literally comes down to him dropping a single mule and barely keeping that Thor alive long enough. Did you feel like maybe that game would slip away from you when you saw that happen?
No, I knew with the Infestors and you didn't kill them, I was like, okay, I think I still have this. I thought I had that fight a lot easier. Like I'd saved those like 5 infested 10s. I'm like, well, I don't need them all, but I needed them all. So it was crazy close. I wasn't sure.
Why no neural?
Why no neural?
Yeah.
I just didn't think of it.
Yeah. All right.
Just didn't think of it.
And last up on Salary Walter, you chose to cross scout with your first drone scout. Were you looking for the proxy?
Yeah, of course. I look for the proxy every game on Tal'Darim. Like you have to cross scout there, otherwise you lose.
Awesome, man. Well, Sheth, fantastic.
Well, did you see I also went 14 pool and before I scouted?
I didn't. I think we were too busy going crazy over the game prior to that. I didn't even catch that. You went 14 pool on Tal'Darim Altar. Why did you do that?
Well, I went 15 hatch, 14 pool.
He went hatch first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't mean just 14.
I was about to say, like, I was really confused because I go to swear that he didn't hatch first.
But the other games, I all went like 17 pool or 16 pool. That's why I did like a 14 because I know Tal'Darim is a really good map for that. So.
Okay, Chef, last question. You had a really rough start in the season, starting off 0-3, but today you come off of a great win, of course, against Polt. Next week you're up against Q.
Wait, so you said I beat Moro, so you'd have me coach?
Any day of the week, Chef, any day. So next week you're up against QXC. What are your predictions? How do you feel about that one?
Sean?
Oh, I think we just lost him.
We hung up on Sheth, but he's very happy on the screen there. That's like the perfect screen capture. Happy Sheth is happy. So
doesn't really matter.
Well, that's a bummer.
Let's say goodbye to him in
congratulations, Sheth. Huge shout out to his team, Team Liquid, and to all of Team Liquid's sponsors. I don't know them, but I can look on their website.
I know it's Razer is one of them. So big shout out to Razer and the Little Web Factory.
Hang on, Team Liquid Pro. So sponsors, huge shout out to Sheth and to his team, Team Liquid, the Little App Factory, Razer, Twitch TV, and the Little App Factory products, iRip and Tagalicious. Go download those today.
Not bad. We just totally did that for Sheth.
So sorry about hanging up on you, Sean. Hope that you still love us.